So how would you like to see my absolute favorite, best looking budget knives of all time? Hey, I'm Jay, and if you're looking to buy a knife and you need to see what it's like first before you drop your hard-earned money on it, here's what you got to do. Click on subscribe so I can help you, and remember to click that bell notification so you don't miss a thing. You should be looking at the specs right now, so those of you interested, pause and read. We are going to go over what I like about this and some of the potential deal breakers that I see for this Ganzo Firebird model number F761. First, let's take care of them size comparisons. And we'll start out with a Benchmade, of course, the Bug Out. Ooh, how about, I don't bring this one out very often, the Steel Wheel Modus, and Spyderco Manix 2. One more should take care of it, don't you think? And of course the Cold Steel Code 4. So let's go ahead and start with the feature that really got my attention, and it was the, well, the blade shape. Look at that wide profile, 1 1/4 inches. So, and that measurement is from the spine of the blade to the sharpened edge. Yeah, 1 1/4. I love it. And now, of course, this is a really high flat ground drop point with a very nice satin finish. The steel here is 440C, which, is it the best steel? No, of course not. But for the price, it's really good, and we will get to that price here pretty soon. The sharpening choil, it's not perfect, but let's just say it is okay. See where this, like where the sharpened edge, where that grind terminates, there's just a little bit of bearding going on. Looks like, yeah, on both sides. So I'm just going to say that sharpening choil is okay. I've seen worse, but I've also seen a lot better. The action of the 761 is surprisingly good. It really is. I was shocked, and that's because this blade is simply riding on bronze washers, and yet look at, pull down on the G-lock tip, look at that, and it just falls shut. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and check the centering, because I believe, well, that's not bad. It's not perfect. As you can see, it's just a little off to the left there. But it's not bad. It's close. Now, these handle scales, it's simply just the carbon fiber laminate over G10. And the scales are very comfortable. I mean, there are no sharp edges anywhere. And as you can see, of course, the handle is large enough to accommodate all 4 fingers on my medium-sized hand. Now, there's just going to be 2 areas of jimping, and one is going to be just a little bit there on the spine of the blade, and then, of course, on the spine of the handle as well. The pocket clip, it is going to be just tip-up only, but it's for righties. Hey, look at that, for lefties too. This knife slices like an absolute dream. It really does. I mean, the blade thickness is 3 1/4 millimeters, so that's not overly thick. I was shocked at, I mean, I was able to like cut curves into the paper. And you know, anytime you can do that, that is an excellent slicing knife. Let me go ahead, I want to grab the scale so we can see how much this is going to weigh you down. Now, before I go ahead and throw this up on the scale, I want to try and show you if you can see the liners. Yeah, it looks like both sides, they did actually skeletonize them, so that's always good to see. Let's see how that affects the weight. And we're looking at, that's okay, 4.5 ounces. I mean, that's not, I wouldn't consider it heavy. I mean, it's obviously not light, but it's not bad. 4.5 ounces, I can deal with that. I believe that that's going to be roughly the equivalent, yeah, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 6 AA batteries, or 1 cold steel code 4. Unfortunately, now we do have to go ahead and talk about some of the potential deal breakers, because sadly there are a few. Before we do that, I would like to just quickly remind you, click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. First potential deal breaker is going to be the closed width. So how much room this is going to take up in your pocket. Now, it measures 1.55 inches, which isn't too bad, but for some of you, I know you like to keep it under 1.50. So that's the only reason that I'm kind of pointing it out, because it is a little wide. And compare that to, okay, so the Manix 2, which is notoriously a pocket hog at 1.77 inches wide. So it is still less than the Manix 2. So I guess that's a small consolation there. The next one is going to be regarding the scales. Now, it is just simply, the carbon fiber over the G10, but unfortunately it provides little to, well, actually no traction at all. So if you're someone with like drier hands, this version may not be the best option for you. You might want to go with one of the ones with the G10 scales. The pocket clip, this is a minor gripe, I admit that. The pocket clip, I feel, is just a little bit too long. I kind of like it when a clip takes up like no more than 50% of the scale space, and this one does take up a little over 50%. I know, not a huge deal, just want to point it out. The screws, the body screws and the clip screws, they are very, very soft and strip easily. It actually happened with 2 of these when I was attempting to disassemble it, and that was just merely trying to unscrew it. I could not, I mean, the screw was loose, but it would not come out. So that actually happened in a couple places. So yes, the screws are very, very soft. And the last potential deal breaker is going to be regarding the G-lock. And it's the studs here that you actually have to grab onto with your fingers. They are just a little on the sharp side. So if you're going to be fidgeting with this knife for a while, you're going to start to feel it. And that could be just on my example here. So yeah, just a little bit too sharp. So where does that leave us now with the Ganzo Firebird F761? Well, I mean, you can find these anywhere for like about 20 to 25 bucks, which is a really, really good price, I feel, for 440C. Now, this knife was graciously provided by our friends over at GearBest. So what I'll do is I will leave a link down in the description below that'll take you right to GearBest's website and to the page to buy your very own 761. Now, I have to admit, I gotta say, I am very happy that these liners are not like that blue anodized, because I know Ganzo likes to do that with some of their knives, but they did not here, and I'm very, very thankful for that. I mean, this knife really just kind of is proof that Ganzo, they do have the ability to produce original designs. Yes, do they make some clones? Yes, they do. This is not one of them. They have the ability. So that's kind of exciting. I mean, if you do decide to, you know, that you would like to pull the trigger on a Ganzo knife and get one, this is definitely the model to get. Either this one, the 761, or the FB760, you know, the one that has the bearings inside. Yeah, either one of these. I mean, you absolutely cannot go wrong. I feel that these two really do represent the best that, you know, Ganzo has to offer.